What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Hidden Heights Farm. Got Caleb, Kaya, and Rachel.
Hey guys.
I'm Kevin. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. As you can see, we are off the farm today. We made a little trip out here to our creek property to do a little bit of reconnaissance, kind of checking up on the property and stuff. You guys know we always have problems with trespassers. Every time we come down here, you just never know if someone's gonna be camping out or not. This is about, what, 7 or 8 miles from our house. Very rural. I don't even have a cell phone signal down here, so it's very rural. But what we're gonna do today is we are actually gonna put up some more trail cameras. This time, we're not gonna show nobody where they're at. If you guys did catch the last video that we did down here, we come back to check the trail cameras because we had a lot of weird activity here. A lot of people carrying backpacks at weird times in the day and night and stuff like that.
And no, those are not campers.
No, they're not campers. And we're gonna kind of talk a little bit about the Oklahoma laws and stuff in this area. We got a lot of awesome comments from everybody that watched that video, but the laws vary state to state, and there are national laws, federal laws, all that type of stuff. I'm no attorney or law specialist, but I do know some of the laws and stuff. We'll get into that in a little bit. Before we leave today, we're gonna put up some cameras. I brought the drone, the Mavic 2. We're gonna fly that around. I do notice right behind where Caleb's standing over here, we got some fresh four-wheeler tracks, and that's just probably some locals that live around here. You know, there's a lot of families that have lived in this area for a long time, and you know, they grew up running these creeks, and that is fine. That's one thing we kind of wanted to make clear. We're not mad at the people that just walk up and down the water, do everyday outdoor activity. It's the people that sets up camp, does drugs, leaves trash, and when we want to come down here to enjoy it, we don't get to. Yeah, we just noticed when we pulled down here, we might as well get into that. We just noticed when we pulled down here, we had a heavy steel gauge charcoal grill, like a handmade, like a homemade one, and it's completely gone now, so that walked off.
My dad actually welded that.
He did?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been down here forever, but yeah, just the stuff like that.
You know, just when you think that they're not going to take certain things, that's the things that they take, but
yeah,
it is what it is, and that's part of having this property on in the area that it's located. We deal with a lot of that, so yeah.
And guys, we this is just I don't even know what I call it. This is just our little relaxation spot that we come down here. Our family comes down here. We have birthday parties in the summertime. We have our friends over. The kids come down in the summertime and swim. We just have a lot of fun down here, so it's very peaceful. Like I said, it's a little bit of a getaway because we don't even have cell phone signal down here. Usually you come down here, you don't have to worry about technology and all that getting in the world.
It's very rural and we don't have signals, but we are close to a road.
Yeah, we're very close to the highway.
So I know that was some of the comments addressed in the last videos. How are you so rural and off-grid, no cell signal, when you've got people walking through the property constantly? Well, that's because we're very close to a main road, and on the other side of the property is some public land that people walk through to get to a lot of times. So yeah, that's why we have so much problems on this property, I believe.
One of my favorite things about coming down here about this time, I like coming down here in the winter time is you know, just as much as the summertime. You come down here in the winter time and you just kind of slow down and you look around and you can see so much further. You can notice the mountains and stuff, the
bluffs,
everything in the distance. And one thing that me and Caleb did last year in the wintertime, we come down here and we were looking for arrowheads and just kind of doing some hiking and stuff. We love doing that type of stuff, and it's just quiet and peaceful.
It's enjoying nature, and it's your chance to kind of check out a little bit. There's no signal. It's just you in nature enjoying the sounds and the sights, and it's just enjoyable. Do you guys like the creek?
What's one of your favorite things doing down here?
Eating.
Huh?
Eating?
Speak up a little bit.
Eating.
Eating?
Yeah.
You like when we come down here and cook?
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hamburgers.
That's awesome. We're going to have to get a different grill now. What's some of your favorite things you like to do? Get up here. Don't be shy.
Swimming.
Tell them.
Swimming.
Swimming?
Yeah.
One of my other favorite things that I've been doing ever since I was a kid is like coming down here and crawdad gigging, or just hand gigging these crawdads, catching them, and then once you get enough, we cook them up. That's a good, delicious little treat, huh? You really like them? Yeah.
We've made a lot of good family memories.
This video is brought to you by Decked. So if you guys are like me and you depend on your truck for everyday activities, whether that be fishing, hunting, sports, any outdoor activity, working, and you struggle to keep your tools organized or out of the weather, look no further than the Decked drawer system. So ever since I chose to install the Decked system in this Toyota Tacoma, life has never been better. So before, I always struggled with hauling things in the back of the truck, and if you guys ever do that, you know what I'm talking about. You get that annoying rolling around, tearing stuff up. Well, not with the Decked system. Full length bed pull-out drawers. You no longer have to reach way back into your truck, and especially if you got a camper shell, this thing is a lifesaver. I don't have to climb up in the bed of this truck to get things from the very front. And you guys can see they make all kinds of accessories for these drawers too. They got toolboxes, they got organizers, anything you can think of. And they also have something that helps me sleep a little better at night. They have locks. So we use this truck mostly for our outdoor activities. And before the Decked system, I would always have to take all our essential gear and store it in the shop overnight to keep it out of the weather and to keep it from getting stolen. Now, since we got the Decked system, I can leave it in here overnight and never have to worry about hitting the trail, going off-roading, going fishing, hunting. I always have my gear here. I like to carry a lot of recovery gear, and I'll leave that in here 24/7. A lot of the stuff we keep in here is seasonal, whether it be wintertime, spring, summer, it just really depends. I know a lot of people out there watching this video is gonna say, if I put the Decked system in the back of my truck, that's gonna take away from me being able to haul things. Well, that's not true. This thing has a 2,000 pound payload. You can set 2,000 pounds, 1 ton on top of this Decked system. The best thing about Decked is it's weatherproof, secure, and 100% made in the USA, backed by a lifetime, no hassle warranty. With Decked's website, it is super easy to customize your very own Decked drawer system for the make and model of truck you drive. So don't forget, go grab your very own Decked drawer system at decked.com/hidden heights with free shipping. So that's pretty much that. I'm gonna turn this camera around. I wanna kind of show you guys. I know a lot of people, one of the most left comments on the video was, you need to put up some no trespassing signs. Look at this. Trespassing sign, no trespassing sign. We actually had more, some are missing. You see, I got 3 right here in the frame of this camera, I think. 1, 2, 3, and there might be, there's more, there's one down there on the side of the creek, but it's awesome down here. If you come down here and you set long enough, usually in the evening or the nighttime, one thing that's really cool is there's a lot of wildlife. And you see these mud banks over there. It's a pretty good drop off. River otters make their home in the side of that bluff, and just about every night they come out and they do a lot of crawdad hunting, and you can hear them splashing around and just playing. It's pretty cool. So another cool thing, which is kind of damage to the property, you guys can see this big tree right here, and you see all those bite marks on there and all the shavings on the ground. That's from a beaver. Here's a more fresher one, I guess you can say. The beavers come in here and they like eating the bark, so they start stripping. You can kind of see their teeth marks on that. You guys see this, where the beaver's trying to cut these trees down? You guys know beavers. Beavers cut these trees down, and what it does is it actually, they get a bunch of trees cut down and they block the creek system, and then it backs up and they create their beaver dams and all that in there, and then like all the limbs and stuff, they actually eat that for food.
There's like, this ground is mushy right here.
That's where the
like
little moles or something,
and it's like,
they make little tunnels.
I just packed it down, but like right here,
oh yeah, you can see where it's raised up a little bit.
Like walking on that.
It is. There's a bunch. Here's those 4-wheeler tracks I was just talking about. You guys can see this right here.
I don't know, that might be.
No, that's 4-wheeler tracks, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I brought the tractor back down here a couple months ago to get that black walnut log, and I didn't come down this way. I just stacked a bunch of logs and stuff up on the brush pile.
Yeah, boy.
So we're walking down the creek a little bit, and you got some of these sticks here. I believe these are sycamore sticks. This is some, you can tell that the beavers bite the ends of these off, cut them off the trees, and they actually use this as food. Pretty much all the bark is stripped off of them as well.
Oh, Dad, look. There's beaver bites.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Hold it still. Yeah, that's cool. So a little further down the trail, we just found this crazy looking blood trail. I don't know what kind of blood it is, but some kind of animal, I'm sure. Pretty good trail. Okay, so this is a spot. So this is a spot on the creek that the beavers use pretty heavily. You can see where they slide down this spot right here. It's kind of sandy, and all this is still wet, so it looks like it's really fresh. And you can come on up a little bit. You can kind of see all these little shrubs and saplings and stuff. They got a den. I'm not gonna get too close to this because something's been using this pretty heavy here recently. That's all fresh dug dirt.
Stick your hand in there, Shug.
Yeah.
Fish it out.
Could be a skunk because it smells kind of weird. And then here's another hole, like another entrance, and you can tell they're using this pretty heavily because it right there on the top.
Yeah, it's fresh and it's
on that
wet.
side, it's all smoothed down where they go in and out of it all the time.
We need to put it.
And here's a.
There's another spot right there.
There's a nice tree they just cut down. That's a pretty good sized tree.
Kaya found the treasure.
What'd you find? That ain't no treasure, that's trash.
Hey.
But there's another den underneath it. Hey, don't be messing with it.
One man's trash is another man's
Yeah, that's
treasure.
no treasure.
Careful, babe.
Come on, sis. Leave that alone. You're gonna get one of them animals out of there. Come on. We don't know what they are. I'm sure they're beavers.
We should put a camera down here.
Yeah, we need to put a trail camera around here somewhere. Here's a big walnut tree.
Hey, you can put it on
That's
there.
a big one.
We got lots of cleanup to do this year. Here's some other stuff. You think something's buried there? Did you find a walking stick?
Okay, so another comment we got on all the trespassing videos down here on the creek is, why don't you fence the place so you can just keep them out? Well, we did have it fenced, and we kind of learned real quick, it's hard to fence off Mother Nature. What happens is, this is actually kind of in a floodplain, so we had a barbed wire fence up, we had a bunch of T-posts driven, as you can see right here, and the force of the water in springtime, usually it rains so much, the water level gets way up higher than this road. Even this is the driveway in, and all this just washes out. It brings huge logs and debris, anything that gets in the water, it just rushes down through here and it just lays over that fence. So it's almost impossible to keep this place totally fenced in. We do have kind of some, I guess you could say, corner markers, corner posts. We do got barbed wire stretched out and stuff, just so we kind of know where the perimeter is. But as far as fencing to keep anything out, like people or animals or anything, you might as well forget that down here because it won't last. Yeah, so we tried just about everything. Up here it's a little bit higher, you can see some of the fences left, but it's all torn up now. It's just hard to keep a good fence up here because of when it does flood, it just tears everything up. What'd you find?
This is the animal trail where they go down and drink.
Animal trail?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of
Probably one that the otters.
I wish everybody could smell the creek.
I know, it's just it's
Like,
a whole different experience out here.
It's just so peaceful.
Here, sis, let me sneak by you.
We really enjoy it.
I'm coming.
So this probably could be a beaver trail or something, because it's okay. There's an armadillo where they've been digging for worms or bugs. You can see I tripped in one a while ago. And down here, this is really cool. Okay, I think there is a beaver den or whatever down here.
Careful.
That looks like one right here. Looks like it's all wallered out.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
Right there. But right here, guys, in the creek, there's an old barrel in there. That's just some trash or something that's washed in. Hey, quit. So right here, guys, this little slough right here in the creek, there's actually a natural spring that bubbles up, and it is super cold water. Every once in a while you'll see some bubbles come out of the ground. when it's really hot and you get in the creek and you come down here, the water's a little bit warmer down, you know, down the creek, but once you start getting up here, there's a natural spring that comes out of the ground. You can really feel it.
Oh, that's cool down there. That little pool.
So some of you that has followed some of our previous videos of down here at the creek, you can tell the creek level is really, really low right now. And that is due to Oklahoma, especially like northeast Oklahoma. I know western Oklahoma especially, but we're even in somewhat of a drought. It's a lot less rainfall than we normally get. Normally, any winter you could come down here to the creek and there would always be, you know, it would be way up, a lot further than it is now. There'd be a lot more current, a lot more fresh water. I mean, it's still flowing pretty good, but as you can tell, it is down, especially down from summertime levels. Getting a little windy. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the truck. If you guys want to see the drone footage, I'm gonna go get the drone. I'll try to put the drone footage at the end of the video. I know some of you like it, some of you don't, but we're gonna get the drone. We're actually gonna fly it around some of the places you can't see. I'm gonna fly it up high, try to get up in some of that brush, kind of get a bird's eye view, and then on around the bend over there. I didn't bring my boots. I just got my regular old boots on. I don't bring my waterproof boots, so I don't feel like walking through the water to go check everything out. I'll just use the drone and do a little bit of reconnaissance and see if we can't spot any little tents or campground. The last couple winters we come down here, we actually had to run people off because they had tents set up. They were living on the property in the wintertime, just sleeping in tents and just burning wood and stuff like that to survive and stay warm. See anything cool?
I just like listening to the wilderness.
I like listening to nature.
Yeah.
Everything out here is just, I don't know if this microphone does justice or if it actually picks up on this, but you guys leave a comment down below. Can you hear the water? That is a peaceful. We need to bring a tent and set it up right here and just sleep and listen to the water.
I don't want it that close to the bank. I have a fear of the bank caving in.
Here, come stand right here. It is really soft.
No, that's very dangerous.
It's like 8 foot.
Get back.
It's 8 foot.
I don't care.
I thought you like living on the edge.
Not when it's very dangerous like that, no.
Hey look, I see a little monkey playing in the water.
She's disappointed there's no frogs.
She's disappointed she can't get in there and get wet and catch crawdads.
Well, she just said she was upset there was no frogs there.
Kaya May! Don't you get your feet wet. I don't have no dry socks or shoes for you.
Where's Caleb go?
I don't know, he's probably in the truck.
Oh, we were gonna touch base on some of the property, like the waterways.
Laws. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. Let's go sit over here real quick.
Okay.
You can see the squirrels have been eating the black walnuts. How cool is that? Alright, so we're gonna put the drone in the air before we talk about everything else. Brought it to do a little bit of reconnaissance. Got a new SD card in it. You never know what you'll see on this thing because you get a whole different perspective. It's pretty amazing. You ready?
Yep.
I just flew the drone, did a little bit of reconnaissance spying, I guess you can say. Just kind of looking, make sure there's no campgrounds. I didn't see anything around. If you guys want to see that drone footage, I'll put it at the end of the video. It's absolutely stunning, beautiful around here, and it's just our little getaway, I guess you can say. I really, really enjoy it. And I kind of want to talk about some of the laws that I am familiar with. So I know in the state of Oklahoma, oh, that's scary. You can travel the waterways by vessel as long as you don't step foot on the ground underneath. That is considered, like, I guess it's considered federal property. I'm not really sure. Now, if you get out of a boat and you start walking up the creeks and stuff, technically, if your feet are on the ground, you know, you're not supposed to do that. That's trespassing. If you're up on the dry ground, so far off the water, that's supposed to be trespassing too. That's about as far as I know. I said I talk about the laws. That's just about the laws that I know. I do know laws in some other states. People are allowed to walk through the waterways as long as they don't get out of the water.
Each state is completely different.
And then there's federal laws, there's state laws, there's tribal laws, there's all kinds of different laws. But the only law I know is to respect people. I'm not gonna go walking on someone's private property. That's just common courtesy and respect.
Exactly.
And
the people we have run off here, it's not been people who are just walking through to enjoy nature and enjoy the creek. And we've touched on that. We're not gonna get into detail about that, but it's usually people that's way up here on our property.
Yeah.
It's not usually
pitching tents and campgrounds
Yeah.
and burning firewood. Now, don't get me wrong, we do have a lot of awesome visitors that are locals here that walk through here, and they'll stop and talk to you. They're either fishing or gigging crawdads or taking their grandkids or children swimming, stuff like that. That's just natural life around here.
Right.
But that's not the problem. The problem are the ones that are doing the drugs and stuff like that. That's
Trafficking the drugs,
Yeah.
transporting them through our property, running from the law.
Yeah, that is
Things like
okay,
that.
You touched a good one there. One reason they like to camp out here is they have busted, the Cherokee marshals have actually busted some of the campsites here, and several of the people that were arrested actually had warrants and were felons, so they were actually using this land and some of the surrounding land around it, not just our land. They were camping out on it, trying to hide from the law. So that's another thing that, you know, you always gotta stay ready, be vigilant, keep your eyes out. We tell the kids, you know, don't go too far without us being able to see you.
We always want them in sight because you just never know who's creeping over that bin watching you while you're here.
Or hiding in the grass. And
just enjoying time as a family, and this is kind of our getaway, like Kevin said. This is where we come to enjoy time as a family, to unplug from the world.
Yes.
And just enjoy each other, enjoy conversations, and just being in nature. It's just
sit down,
it's wonderful to us.
Smell the air, relax, slow down, and just enjoy life.
It's just different here on the creek.
It is. So with that being said, I got these trail cameras. We're gonna go ahead and end the video, and then as soon as we do that, I'm gonna get the ladder out, the little giant, put it up on some trees. This time, I'm gonna get up as high as I possibly can. And what?
I have some other ideas, so we're not gonna share any of that on camera.
Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you guys like trespassing videos and stuff like that, that's probably why you clicked on this video. If you don't already follow us as an awesome subscriber,
we have all kinds of
please
videos,
hit that subscribe button and follow us, and stay tuned, because I don't know how long from now we'll come back and we'll check these cameras and we'll see. We don't really have anything of value that we keep down here anymore, as far as like grills and stuff. They're all gone now, so I don't have one to bait anybody with, you might say. But I will set this camera up on some of the high traffic areas. I actually got 2 cameras. The other one's in the deck system in the truck. And if you guys are interested in that deck system, check in the link. Check in the description. I will leave a link to the deck system. I absolutely love it. And what else?
Let me think.
You got anything to say, sis?
I hope you've had a nice day or night, and wherever you are, remember, God always loves you.
Aww.
That is true.
That
God
is
always
wonderful.
loves you.
I think Caleb took off.
He's up there somewhere.
Yeah, I can see him. He's up there.
We got him out and about today. The kids were ready to get out of the house. We finally got an awesome day. Tomorrow, after you guys see this video, tomorrow, the bad weather's coming, so we gotta get a lot of stuff at home prepped for the livestock, the chickens, everything. We gotta get ready for that, so it's what we're gonna be doing after this. So that's
we're
about
enjoying this little bit of relaxation for the moment, and then it's
gonna be a rough week.
Back to preparations for all the animals. You're always having to think what's next with the animals.
Always. So guys, we love you. Thank you so much for watching. Leave us a comment down below. Like this video, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you guys. We appreciate you.
Bye.